5 undervalued types of dark web links for researchers. What dark web resources provide the most value for academic researchers, yet receive minimal attention? While marketplaces and forums dominate public discussion, several undervalued service categories offer tremendous research utility. These overlooked resources enable academic work, provide unique datasets, preserve endangered knowledge, and facilitate research impossible through surface web channels. This guide identifies 5 undervalued dark web link categories that researchers should prioritize exploring. 1. Historical archive mirrors and preservation projects. Why archives matter. Dark web archives preserve content removed from surface web, banned materials, out-of-print works, and historical snapshots of websites before modification. These resources are invaluable for researchers studying censorship, digital preservation, historical analysis, and longitudinal studies of online communities and content evolution. Key archive resources. Several projects maintain significant archives. Internet Archive. Onion mirrors provide censorship-resistant access. Various library projects preserve academic papers and books. Historical website snapshots document internet evolution, and specialized collections focus on specific topics or regions. Research applications. Researchers use archives to study government censorship patterns by comparing surface web to archived versions, analyze content modification and historical revisionism, access materials unavailable through official channels, and conduct longitudinal studies of online discourse and communities. 2. Data dump and leak repositories. Understanding data leak research value. Major data breaches and leaks often appear on dark web repositories before surface web. While ethically complex, these datasets provide unique research opportunities for security researchers, social scientists, and policy analysts studying data security, privacy violations, and information flows. Legitimate research uses. Academic researchers ethically use leaked data to analyze password security patterns without individual identification, study organizational security practices and failures, understand scope and impact of data breaches, and develop improved security recommendations based on real-world failures. Ethical considerations. Researchers must navigate significant ethical concerns: obtaining proper IRB approval for human subjects research, stripping personally identifiable information before analysis, balancing research value against privacy violations, and publishing findings without enabling further harm. For curated research-relevant dark web resources, visit Dark Web Links Club. 3. Regional news outlets and independent journalism. Accessing censored journalism. Independent news outlets operating in authoritarian regions often maintain onion mirrors to circumvent censorship and protect journalists. These sources provide perspectives unavailable through state-controlled media or filtered international reporting. Research applications. Researchers studying authoritarian regimes, media censorship, or regional politics rely on these outlets to access ground truth reporting from restricted regions, understand information available to citizens using circumvention tools, document censorship patterns through comparison with surface web availability, and analyze independent journalism operating under threat. Notable examples. Various independent Russian outlets maintain onion presence. Chinese descent publications operate through dark web. Middle Eastern reform movements publish via onion mirrors, and Latin American investigative journalism uses dark web for protection. 4. Technical documentation and security research repositories. Why security research lives on dark web. Security researchers share technical findings, exploit documentation, and vulnerability research through dark web channels to avoid premature disclosure, legal liability concerns, or censorship. These repositories contain cutting-edge security research often unavailable elsewhere. Research applications. Academic security researchers use these resources to understand emerging threats before public disclosure, study vulnerability disclosure practices and ethics, access technical documentation for defensive research, and collaborate on security projects requiring anonymity. Legal and ethical navigation. Researchers must carefully navigate legal boundaries. Accessing technical information is generally legal. Downloading exploit code may create liability. Using information for defensive purposes is acceptable, and attacking systems or enabling others to do so crosses legal and ethical lines. 5. Anonymous survey and data collection platforms. Research requiring true anonymity. Some research topics are so sensitive that surface web survey platforms cannot provide adequate anonymity protections. Dark web survey platforms enable research on stigmatized behaviors, illegal activities, politically sensitive opinions, and topics where respondents face genuine risks from disclosure. Research applications. Researchers study drug use patterns and harm reduction through anonymous surveys, political dissent in authoritarian regions via protected platforms, stigmatized behaviors without identity risk, and sensitive health topics requiring genuine privacy. Methodological considerations. Dark web surveys face unique challenges: sampling bias toward tech-savvy populations, verification of respondent authenticity without identity checks, ensuring informed consent in anonymous contexts, and balancing anonymity with data quality assurance. Best practices for research use. Institutional approval and ethics. Obtain IRB approval before beginning dark web research. Document methodological safeguards for ethics review. Prepare to explain dark web access necessity, and maintain clear ethical boundaries throughout research. Security protocols. Use dedicated research devices separate from personal systems. Implement proper operational security to protect research subjects. Encrypt all research data and maintain secure storage, and prepare for potential security compromises. Legal awareness. Consult institutional legal counsel before beginning research. Understand jurisdiction-specific laws about dark web access. Document that research involves observation only, and avoid accessing clearly illegal materials regardless of research interest.